Hi guys! At the end of my recent video profiling the disappearance of Lauren Cho, I promised an update pending an investigation into the recent recovery of human remains. On October 28, 2021, the coroner of San Bernardino, California confirmed that the remains found in the desert on October 8th were in fact Lauren's. Additional tests regarding toxicology are pending, but here's what's new, along with a brief recap for those wishing to catch up. Lauren Cho was 30 years old when she wandered into the Yucca Valley Desert on June 28, 2021. Nearly all who knew Lauren called her by her nickname, L. Her traveling companion and the person last known to see her was Cody Orell. Their relationship status was unclear, as he was described at various points as L's boyfriend, ex-boyfriend, platonic friend, and housemate. And again, his last name is Orell. To eliminate confusion between L and Orell, we'll just call her Lauren. The name is interpreted to mean crowned with laurel and victory of wisdom. It suited her. Also, we need to use our imaginations when discussing Cody. While I think photos of him may surface in the coming weeks, I am still unable to locate a single picture confirmed to be him. Here's a look back. A year ago in 2020, Lauren was living in New Jersey. She was a talented young woman of many varied interests, but she had a case of wanderlust. Like the rest of us, quarantine was making her restless, and she hoped a change of scenery would be the panacea needed for a new chapter full of freedom and adventure. Her world experience and creativity gave her lots of options. She was a talented soprano who had traveled around Europe with a choir while still a teenager. Following her graduation from college, she taught music to high school students. She also worked in a tattoo studio owned by Len Gherardi, who describes her as a caring and loyal friend. Lauren was considering a piercing apprenticeship with Gherardi, but that endeavor never came to fruition. Instead, it was Lauren's passion for the culinary arts that sparked new ambitions and dreams. She had plans to become a pastry chef. She shared many of her recipes on her Instagram page, most notably her popular basil ice cream. In December 2020, she took the leap and joined her friend Cody on a cross-country adventure to California. According to Cody, they moved from New Jersey to the West Coast in his tour bus as friends. She worked as a private chef during the day. With her earnings, she bought an old school bus, which she planned to repurpose for her food truck. They settled in at an Airbnb mobile home community in Yucca Valley. The Bohemian desert town is about 2 hours from LA and 12 miles from Joshua Tree National Park. And that's where things stood on June 28, 2021. According to witnesses, the pair had been drinking that afternoon and they got into an argument. Around 3 p.m., a frustrated Lauren walked off, heading toward the area of Hoopa Road and Benmar Trail. It was summer in the high desert, so it was dangerously hot. According to my research, temperatures reached 109 degrees Fahrenheit by noon, and Lauren had taken off without her purse, her cell phone, or any water. According to Cody, he gave her a little time to cool off, so to speak. Then, after 10 minutes, he went to look for her. She had vanished. Actually, the word he used, as you may have seen repeated in the media, was evaporated. He told the High Desert Star, quote, "I searched all in the hills and no tracks anywhere." He claims he became immediately concerned, so he contacted friends to join him in a search for Lauren. When the group found no signs of her, he reported her missing some 3 hours later. More friends joined the sheriff's department and volunteers in multiple searches. They found no trace of the missing young woman who had last been seen wearing a yellow t-shirt and denim shorts. Cody further explained to the High Desert Star, "They found all of my tracks and my friend's tracks, but none of hers." Authorities created missing person posters, which described Lauren as 5 feet 4 inches tall, weighing approximately 110 pounds. A Korean American, she had black hair and brown eyes. Nearly every poster shows her smiling, but behind the smile and quirky personality, there was reported to be some, quote, mental distress, according to Cody. He did not elaborate. Contrary to that report, a newlywed couple on their honeymoon were treated to a special vegan dinner prepared by Lauren just days before she disappeared. The couple from New York opted to not be identified, but described Lauren as having an angelic presence. She was in great spirits, and her generous gift was delicious. Throughout the summer, the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department led the investigation into Lauren's disappearance. They conducted numerous search efforts employing detectives, volunteers, canines, and fixed-wing aircraft to comb the unincorporated areas near the high desert. They executed a search warrant on the home where she had been staying. No tangible leads were developed. Lauren's family waited with hope for any news of their missing loved one. Lauren's sister, in an interview with CNN, described her as, quote, a dynamic firecracker of a person who is creative and funny. A Facebook page run by Cho's family responded to the comparisons between their missing daughter's case and that of Gabby Petito, another missing young woman whose disappearance was followed worldwide. Sadly, Gabby was found deceased, and her death has been ruled a homicide. Her fiancé, Brian Laundrie, was the last to see her alive. He was reportedly found deceased October 20th. While the search was still active, Lauren Cho's family stated they understand the frustration many have expressed about how and why certain cases receive national coverage. They added that the two cases are not the same, and the differences run deeper than what meets the public eye. The Post concluded with their appreciation for the love shown their daughter and their empathy for Gabby Petito's family. Sadly, on Saturday, October 8, 2021, the remains of an unidentified body were found in the Yucca Valley Desert. The San Bernardino County Coroner stated that identification of the remains would likely take several weeks. They were suspected to belong to Lauren Cho. On October 28, 2021, the Cho family finally learned the fate of their missing daughter. The coroner announced that the remains were positively identified as belonging to Lauren. The manner of death is pending toxicology results. According to the coroner's office, no additional information will be released until those reports become available. That's it for today's sad update. Because new information could still come to light, I am reposting the contact information shared in my original video in the description box below. I will issue another update when the manner of death is reported. Until then, be well. Scary Clarey out.